In the early 1800s, the communities surrounding the forks of the Red and Assiniboine were being formed by military leaders, competitive and larger-than-life fur traders and businessmen, and peaceful settlers looking for a new and positive future. Along with the struggle for territory and commercial rights was the battle for the hearts, minds, and spiritual choice of the early populace.
Many of the streets, particularly here on the St. Boniface side of the Red River, are named for the Catholic bishops who were sent to this barren village to help save souls and to encourage the conversion of the Métis population.
Joseph Norbert Prévencher was born in the province of Quebec in 1787. He was ordained in 1811 and sent as the first clergyman to the troubled Red River settlement on May 19, 1818. His goal was to build a church and to support the Scots, Irish, and Métis population, most of whom were Catholic. He was suspicious of Protestantism and served to strengthen the Catholic position through education, conversion of the indigenous population, and the encouragement of Catholic immigration. Prévencher was physically a big man, standing 6 feet 4 inches tall, and impressive, dressed in his clerical outfit, which most of the original inhabitants had never encountered before. He was described as a handsome man of about 300 pounds. Perhaps he just looked larger than life. He worked tirelessly, raising funds and recruiting more priests. Ultimately, his jurisdiction was extended all the way to the Pacific coast, making him the head of the Catholic Church for all of Western Canada. In 1851, Bishop Prévencher chose Bishop Alexandre Antonin Taché as his coadjutor and successor. Bishop Taché also immigrated to the Red River Valley from his birthplace in Quebec. He played an important role as pacifist and advisor to Louis Riel during the Red River Rebellion. He acted as an intermediary between Riel's provisional government and Sir John A. Macdonald's cabinet. While at first Riel trusted the honorable priest, ultimately he felt betrayed, as Taché's promises of amnesty for Riel and his men were not forthcoming. Taché could foresee difficult times for the French population of Manitoba, as immigration by English-speaking settlers continued to grow, partly as a result of the completion of the Canadian Pacific Railway.
We are going to be outnumbered. And since our constitutional system relies on numbers, we are going to find ourselves at the mercy of those who do not like us.
He continued to quietly encourage immigration by French-speaking settlers and professionals, and was bitterly disappointed at the elimination of French as a language of instruction in Manitoba schools in 1890. He continued to oppose the abolition of separate schools and the official use of the French language until his death in 1894. In 1893, at the request of Archbishop Taché, Louis-Philippe Adlard Langevin arrived to become head of the Oblate Order in the West, and 1 year later, rector of St. Mary's Church in Winnipeg. Following Taché's death, Langevin became Archbishop of the Archdiocese of St. Boniface. Following in the footsteps of his committed mentor, Langevin continued to oppose the Manitoba Schools' decision. In 1895, he proposed a school tax break for Catholic schools, in order that they may become entirely self-funding, and vigorously opposed a government compromise which positioned French language into a secondary status, along with Ukrainian, German, and other non-English languages.
Bishops Prévencher, Taché, and Langevin, along with so many of their brethren, were courageous, devout, and committed. They believed that their work was essential, and endured hardships that we can only imagine in encouraging their faith. It's only fitting that they're remembered in the street names of St. Boniface. For Street Tales, I'm Denise Mayer.